I'm starting. So we seen how to create a virtual machine and how to put a OS kind of stuff. Okay. So again, here it is. This is my machine. Okay.
Sir, recording?
Yeah, recording is
Oh,
going on.
okay,
Okay,
okay, sorry, sir.
recording is going. Okay. So power on the virtual machine first. Just click on the power on the virtual machine. All settings we done. This time I'm installing CentOS minimal version. So when you see automatically on the screen, it will display like this. What is this option? Test this media and install CentOS 7. It means if you have a DVD or a CD, what happen? The CD while you are installing 1, 2, 3 times, CD may corrupted. So you have to test the CD whether CD is entire data is good. Then go ahead. For that one, we have to test it. In this one, I'm not going to test. I don't want to give a time for testing. Just use your up arrow, down arrow, and also press Alt Control to relieve the mouse. So this is the mouse is came out. See, mouse is came out. If you want to insert your mouse into the virtual machine, click here like this. Click it. Okay. So once you click on the screen in the center of the screen, if you click it, the mouse went inside of the virtual machine and you can use your options. Okay, this is for troubleshooting, testing and installation. This is for only installation. Use up arrow, down arrow for selecting this one. Okay, just install. And I want to do some work. Now I don't want in virtual machine. What to do? Alt Control, press your left side. Alt Control, just press Alt Control at a time. It will move. See, like something going on. So in the bottom you can see a notification something is going on like that. So just I click on a cross mark, so then I will get a more screen space, or you can use a full screen mode. If you go to full screen mode, it is feel like you are actually using a original PC type like this. Okay. It's going on, it will verify your hardware and all options and all kind of stuff till it open the a screen, so you have to wait. Okay, so can you able to see the screen, right? The screen is good. So here it's welcome to CentOS 7. Language is English, India. Okay, so this is the pre-installation steps, guys. Any operating system you are installing, first it will ask language, keyboard, time zone. Language, keyboard, time zone. These three things are important. So always select English, and India is recognized as a world one of the world English country. So like English India. You can use United States and all, but India is means automatically like you are telling time zone also. Guys, if you are very good at Arabic and select Arabic kind of stuff, also okay for you. Okay, but you have to take your things. Okay, people who are Marathi guys, I don't know. I didn't ask anybody to uh, your places. Like, okay. So if you are very good at Marathi, then I want only Marathi, then you can select Marathi also. That is completely based on you. I think Telugu guys are there, so you can select the Telugu, Tamil, Thai, Urdu, Vietnamese, Chinese, all your languages. Don't do it. Okay, that is on your own risk only. So select English, India. That's it. Go down. Continue. You can see the continue in bottom of the screen. continue. I click on continue. Just wait. So it is verifying few things in your system. So time and date and time, keyword, language, installation source, software selection, installation destination, KDAM, security policy, network and host name. So each one we have to select one by one, but I am selecting first network and host name. Network and host name. Now I selected that one and it is showing disconnected. It is showing disconnected. At turn off is there. Click on it. Now it is on. It is trying to connect. Once it is connected, it display IP address like this. If you are still getting like this, means you didn't done the VMware setting. If you are getting like this, it means VMware settings or VMnet 0, that connection. Okay. Network adapter, bridge it to VMnet 0, custom VMnet 0. That is you are not done, or maybe VMware edit settings you are not done. So if you got problem, if you got doubt, please tell me. Or usually for boys no problem. That normally any day time means before 9 o'clock. You can use video call also if in case. Otherwise, connect me with any days. I can troubleshoot your PC. Okay. So it should show connected. You will get a directly IP from DHCP server. Next, turn off to turn on. So I'm changing my host name. So I'm changing my host name is like a CTS2. Okay, Linux one. You can use hyphen, no problem, but Linux one dot example dot com. Is it visible or not? I don't know. So you can see in a host name. I given a host name CTS2 Linux one dot example dot com. Click apply. Once you click on apply, it will show here. This configuration is different, but it will show your current host name. If you forget, please tell me. I will tell you how to change the host name. If you forget to change the host name, okay. Next, I'm going to date and time zone. So where is India? This is India, guys. Okay, we are all Deshbaks, overly Deshbaks also there. Okay, but still people don't know where is India. I asked so many people, they are unable to locate India. This is our India. See, South Africa, America, South America, North America, South Africa. This is Dubai land and all. Okay, so this is now it is India, Australia. It is in this corner. Select India, Kolkata. Okay, no need to search it. Okay, network time, NTP. This is NTP. Okay, you can go to settings. You can see these are NTP servers, which give you time. It will sync your time based on your time zone. Okay, so I got a time here. You can change the format AM PM also, or 24 hours clock also. I keep it 24-hour clock. This is the date, time. This one, NTP on. Network time is on. Automatically sync with the internet. Click on done. What is NTP? Network time protocol. What is the port number for NTP? See, questions will come directly. What is port number for NTP?
123.
123. That's good. Okay. So next one, language and keyboard. Keyboard is English India. Language support is there. Next, installation source. Click on installation source. Auto detected installation media is there. No problem. Don't need to change anything. Just click done. That's it. Next, software selection. So it is immediately banned. Only one option is there, minimal, because the image itself minimal, so you don't get any other options. If image is full version, you'll get lot of options. Okay, including minimal option also there in that one. I'm using minimal and I'm selecting minimal. It will reduce the time, installation time. Important all of out of all, one important of course network connection. Second important is installation destination. Clearly see installation destination. Just click on it. Okay. So it is 80 GB disk showing here. Go here. I will configure. Select. I will configure partitioning. I will configure partitioning. This is automatic. Here you have to select. I will configure partitioning. Manually configure it. Don't be lazy. Learn. Next. This is LVM. Whenever you click done, it go to manual partitioning. So what you will do? Go to LVM. Click on standard partition. Change LVM to standard partition. Once you go there, click plus. Click plus. Here mount point it is showing. Select first boot only. Boot. How much I said? 512 MB. Just give M is enough. Add mount point. Automatically it's a 512 capital MB it is came. See? And file system is XFS. So this is a boot 512 MB I given. Plus I use UEFI. That's why I have to give this one. If I don't use UEFI, if I use um BIOS, so I no need to tell this one. It is there already option because UEFI it will show both options. Okay, so like this. For EFI also, you because of UEFI, I'm giving two board paths. I have 80 GB space, no problem. Okay, I'm giving for a slash. I want to give 20 GB. Just 20 G is enough. It will understand. Okay, next. I am going to slash home. 10 GB is enough, or you can use 20 GB if you want. Okay, if you want 20 GB also no problem because we have a lot of space here. I have more space. You can use 20 GB also. 10 GB is enough. Okay, it's a user data only. Users data. Slash home I'm giving 10 GB. Add mount point. Next. Plus. One more is there. Swap. I'm using 2 GB RAM. But actually I should use 1 GB because minimal 1 GB is enough. For 1 GB RAM, 2 GB swap. 1 GB RAM, 2 GB swap. 2 GB RAM, 4 GB swap. So I will change from 2 to 1. That's why I'm giving 2 GB only. No problem. Later you can add more space also. Okay. So see here it is. SDA1 is go to this one and SDA2, SDA3, SDA4 and SDA5. So boot with EFI also I given 100 is enough but I given up 500. What will happen? Nothing. So for slash 20 GB, for slash home 10 GB, swap I given 2 GB, and still I have available 47 GB because I took 80 GB. If you see the swap file system is swap file system. If you see slash XFS, okay, like that. So this is how we can able to do it. Now what I will do, I'm going to remove each and everything. Okay, guys, put a standard partition plus boot, give 512 just M, add mount point. I'm showing again because we do confuse or a mistake here. 512 M, add mount point. because I use a UEFI. Two times you have to give slash or home. Slash you can give slash 20 GB I'm giving here, add it. Okay, slash home I'm giving 10 GB, add mount point. Okay, next swap I'm giving 2 GB only, add mount point. Okay, now go to done, click on done. Now it is showing something, accept changes, accept changes. Now it is done, completed. You can go to KDump. KDump is already automatic enabled. No need to do anything, just click on done. Security policy, we don't touch it, and make sure that network and host is connected. And next, software selection, installation source, important one is installation destination, you have to create properly. Then click on begin installation. Now really it will take time, so it is going on. Meanwhile, this is a root password. Root is a administrator. I am giving root password. Remember, first one is root password. This is user creation. So first one I am selecting root. Here I am giving a password. Password is admin @123. When you are giving a password to root, always give a common password only, because you are practicing in a lab. No one will hack you. Give admin @123 only. Admin @123 only. Why? Because if you forget or you something is happened, it will take time to crack. User creation. So I'm going to user creation. My user is always a student. Username is student. Password is also student. Why? We have that facility here. Even weak passwords also accepted. Student username password is also student. Why? Because of we have a lot of virtual machine, lot of works, we will forget. For practice, better to keep same names only. Root password is admin @123. Student is a regular user, and the password is student only. Now click on it, done. Done two times. Okay, that is it. Now it is downloading and installing one by one. It's almost like a 301 packages only, because it's a normal version. It will take time. Okay, better to note down your password what you given also. So what I password I given, root is a user and password is given admin @123 here. Okay, and also I created a student as a user, and this one. Root is a administrator of a Linux. It has all privileges. So first time what we do, all settings, applications or anything you do with the root only. Normal commands, file creation, file copy paste, this kind of stuff we use student user only. Okay, we'll see these things, but remember a password. I given in a capital letters, but everything is in small letters only in Linux. Linux is a case sensitive. Windows is no case sensitive. Okay, lot of people give two differences mainly. That is, Linux is secure and Windows is not secure. Never say that one. Windows, Linux is secure. You cannot. That is good, fine. But Windows, you should not say it is not at all secure thing. Okay, like that. Virus free. That is a common thing people are said. Like of course, Linux does not affected with Windows kind of viruses. Windows that Win32, Trojans, registry viruses, spywares. That Windows participation of viruses thing won't happen here. Okay, so mostly the Windows attacking kind of things it won't happen to your Linux machine. That's the first one. Windows is a no case sensitive, Linux is a case sensitive. In Windows, we use FAT and NTFS as a file system. Okay. Meanwhile, I will write down that one also. Windows and Linux differences. For last batch, I given nice differences, more differences. Windows and Linux differences is a common question in interview. Sometimes they will ask Unix, so don't fall for that one. It is both are same, not same, but there is a stories. We'll discuss the stories tomorrow. My point is today. So complete the installation, and if you want, you can do practicals also. You can go to my old videos. You can practice basic things. Okay, Windows and Linux. Windows is like so. What is going on in the background also important. Yeah, it is going on. Meanwhile, Windows differences. No case sensitive. Sensitive. You have to check it sensitive. Spelling once again. See, that is the problem with me. Correct spelling only. Still getting doubts. Linux is case sensitive. Uppercase means uppercase. Lowercase means lowercase only. Okay. Windows we use UI is the main one. Linux Linux is CLI. Windows is single user multitasking type. Okay. Linux is multi-user multitasking type because of multi users. Okay. We use a remote desktop protocol for remote access. Usually in Linux, SSH. We use SSH protocol for remote access purpose in generally. Okay. It is a proprietary version. Microsoft is a proprietor. The proprietor. It's a proprietary version. So here Linux is no proprietor. No, no, not at all. No proprietor, no owner, nothing. And of course, Linux has a different distributions. Different distributions are there. Like I'm using CentOS. Okay, Red Hat is a actual personal Linux one. Okay, Enterprise Linux wise, Red Hat Enterprise Linux. Okay, so that is like RHEL, Red Hat Enterprise Linux, and Oracle Enterprise Linux, OEL, Oracle Enterprise Linux, OpenSUSE, SUSE, Ubuntu, Ubuntu, Linux Mint, like that. So many distributions are there in Linux. But in Windows, we don't have any distribution for everything. So we have a versions only, like Windows 10. Windows 8, all Microsoft only, not different organizations. Okay, it is not a open source. It means source code is not open. It is a open source. It means we can change source code and develop source code also. Okay, we here in this one and here we cannot change, can't read or write a source code. Okay, cannot read or write or can, so we cannot change. I put easily cannot change source code. We can't read it also. We cannot see that source code. Okay, that is another one. Like that, lot of differences are there. Virus free, secure, non-secure. This is also there. So my point, it is completed or not? Yeah, it is, guys. It is completed. It is asking for reboot. Just click on reboot. Okay. Monday I will start from theory part and all. But now installation of minimal is completed. Okay. If anybody want to see full version installation, I will show you the full version installation also. But first of all, I want to set up this one because lot of people are having a 4 GB RAM mobile data kind of people. This is very useful. So it is a purely core base. So first login is root. Um, Username is root. Enter password admin @123. While you are typing a password, nothing is showing on a screen. No dots, no stars, no words for a password. Don't worry. Type password correctly. That's it. Just type it. That's it. Enter. It take time. Password is incorrect. So just type the password admin @123. I given wrong password. Why it is? Oh, Substack is not at all open. Yes, Substack is open. Now it is logging. So typing mistakes are there. Okay, so typing mistakes are there. So small letters only I given. Admin @123 password by typing because nothing is shows on that one. No, don't worry. Type it properly and don't give much spaces and I'll just type it and enter. Okay, enter and it will work. Okay, use only simple password admin @123. Better. Okay, guys, this is Linux is installed. This is not enough. What I need in this screen, you can't work. This is not a physical machine is also there. It is not even a physical machine. In this kind of black machine, you cannot work it also. Why? Because of once you reach the down, once you reach the down, so you won't get up, scroll up, scroll down won't happens in the physical terminal. Okay, scroll up, scroll down, things won't happen. Difficult in this physical terminal thing. I want to use SSH connection. Okay, up to here installation is completed. Up to here, installation is completed. You can use some different commands. Guyamai, like these commands also you can use it. I will forward the PPT, go through the PPT. If you can, practice some commands also. But we have to do one more thing here. We'll see that one. So here, if config is a command to check IP address. That is the command if config. Windows IP config, Linux if config. It is not recognizing because of it's a minimal version, right? It is not recognizing. I will give you another command. Remember, in a Linux, we cannot say cannot. Understand? We cannot say cannot. Like in a Linux, there is no other command. Linux, I don't know this command. We can't do like this. We cannot say. If you say like that, means you don't have knowledge. Even I can't say because of I don't have 100% knowledge in Linux. No one knows. Okay. So I will give you another command is IP space ADDR. That is enough. So these are my IP addresses. Okay. If you observe here 1L0, it means loopback adapter. IP address is you can see at inet. Okay. I will reduce this thing. Windows logo, Shift S to zip. Okay, very good. Very good. Where is this? To go to this side. Now I got it. Very good. See, guys, when you put a IP address, IP space address, you'll get 2, 1, and 2. First one is LO. Here in the screen, first one is LO, and if you see at inet, you'll get this one. What is this IP address? 127.0.0.1. What is this IP address? Anyone remember? Hmm?
Loopback.
Yes.
Localhost.
Loopback or a local host address. So we cannot use this one. This is for internal purpose only. Next one is ENS33. This is our adapter. Understand? ENS33. This is our adapter. INET. It means this is my IP address. So I am getting this IP address. Note down that IP address. For me, you should note down your IP address. I should note down my IP address. One
Sir, it's
what
private IP address. No?
like this. Yeah, for me internally my one of the PC. I have a laptop with Windows 10 and I have a PC. I have a system with Linux. So this is my IP address for my system communication. Okay, now all. So 192.168.2.148. So this is my IP address. Okay. So next one you have to do two commands. SSH hyphen keygen. SSH hyphen keygen. So generate a key. Before that one, I will show you ls space hyphen a. These are the folders available currently, folder and files. Remember, SSH hyphen keygen. Nothing, just SSH hyphen keygen. Enter, 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 like this one. Okay, so we reach last. See, this is a RSA token 2048 token. This is a thumb impression is there, so you can see that one on the screen. It is, you can see that screen on the screen. Okay, like this. SHA 256 hashing technique we are using here. It's a key fingerprint like that. Okay. So just that is done, completed. Just minimize my, I'm minimizing my virtual machine. Alt control, and then mouse is out, then minimize the virtual machine, minimize, minimize, minimize. This is my putty. Okay, I got lot of putties in my screen, so I'm deleting one of the putty, and I will download new fresh putty for you. So putty, putty, download putty, putty download. Okay, putty download, putty download, download putty. Here putty.org is open. Scroll down. No, no, no. Download putty only. Download putty. Click here. Click here. Okay. Now scroll down. You can use the putty.exe. Putty.exe. I choose 64-bit. This is putty.exe. Just click on it. Just click on it. Now it is trying to get download on the desktop. Okay. I'm putting on my desktop directly. Okay. I downloaded in my desktop. So I'll go to my desktop. You see this is putty. Open putty. So if you are using it for first time, it means this box is all empty only. Okay. Now, so I open putty. Putty no need to install. Just application.exe file. Double click, it will open. I'm going to host name is my IP address. 2.148 is my Linux IP address. Okay, this is my Windows system. This is on Windows system putty application. I giving IP address of Linux IP address, Linux PC IP address. Okay, then click on open. Just click open. That's it. SSH connection. Click yes. Click yes. Yes only. Yes or no. No problem. Don't put a cancel. You can use yes or no. No problem. I'm using yes. Now this is showing a login screen type. So we'll see. Root is a user. Password is admin @123. Now I log in. See, now I don't need this machine to open. Type the commands here. Just switch on the machine, log in once, minimize the machine. Everything we can do here only. For example, I want to put a L or ls space hyphen a. Same data I can able to see it. This folder is added newly. That's a different one. We will put a who am I log in as a root, so it will show root only. Okay, who am I, like that you can use it. Ls command, date command, calendar command, like that, so you can do it. Once you're done, you know why I told this one. Another advantage is also there. What is the advantage? Just copy like this, means select it, paste it. You see all your commands and outputs are there. Which one is wrong, just delete that part. keep it remaining things, like you can copy it, you can paste it also. Okay, like some command like echo yellow send os 7, for example. You can copy the command, go to putty, right click, that's it, you can run it. So that is another facility, and multiple putty sessions also we can open it. So this is it guys, up to here, please do it.